Здорово, народ. Продолжаем проходить Fallout New Vegas. И у нас на повестке дня задание под названием Шпиномания. Найди способ помочь капитану Кертису. Поехали? Если ты еще не поставил лайк, то поставь. А лучше еще и подпишись. А еще можешь написать комментарий. Вот. Кто такие капитаны Кертис, я даже не представляю. Но почему-то у нас есть задание помочь ему. Есть задание, будем помогать. Капитан Кертис.
What is it? Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
Вот оно как.
Christ, keep it down. You want to blow the whole thing? We've worked years for this. But maybe it's good for you here. Shu knows about the leaks, and I'm supposed to find the spy for him. At first, I couldn't believe my luck, but since I haven't produced results, for obvious reasons, I feel him looking at me differently. Maybe he's just thinking about putting someone else in charge. Maybe he's starting to suspect. Either way, it's bad for me. Especially once this next part goes down. Took me 3.5 years just to make captain. Usually takes 4, but I made sure there was an early vacancy. Caesar sees threats before they're even aware of them. He sent me long before we moved to occupy the eastern riverbank. And now all my work, all the waiting, is about to pay off. If you haven't noticed, the NCR bolsters its presence on the strip from here. Sends troopers on the monorail in shifts. The monorail lets them occupy 2 positions for the price of 1. It's a supply line that's immune to raiders and other hindrances on the ground. If someone were to cut that line, both positions would be much weaker, fragile. They know this, and they watch it like hawks. But I've been here a long time, and I've learned everything there is to know about it, and I'm going to blow up that train. I told you, I think they're starting to suspect me. You're going to help me cast away those suspicions. You're going to put the bomb on that train. I'll be sure to be in the presence of several reliable eyewitnesses when it happens. Then, we're going to pin this on a scapegoat. I plan on disappearing after this operation. It'd be a matter of time before they trace it to me. Figured out I was a frumentarius. But with your help, maybe I can stay on after all. Make plans. I have the explosive stashed in a trash can, next to the ticketing counter, along with some incriminating documents. You'll pick them up and make your way upstairs to the monorail terminal. They change the guard there at 0900 and 1800 hours. There'll be a small window where there's no one guarding the train. Put the bomb in one of the vents inside the train on the back wall, towards the joint that connects the cars. Arm it, and get out of there. I've also left some bomb ingredients in with the explosives. You're to take those to the footlocker of Private Crenshaw. Crenshaw's a problem child. Lots of run-ins with his superiors. It'll be easy for them to believe he's working for the Legion. Report him to Colonel Shu. Do all that and we should be free and clear. Oh, and Crenshaw should be dead before you report him. Don't leave any chance for him to deny the bombings. Let's say he pulled a gun on you. I've got him on guard duty patrolling the tarmac just inside the south gate, and I reassigned the other guard, so he should be alone. His footlocker's in the barracks in the main concourse.
Нихера себе тут у нас интриги.
Good. Try to plant the explosives quietly if you can. You'll make both our lives easier. But first things first. Go offer your services to Colonel Shu. Tell him you'll work independently to find the leak. He's running out of options. He'll accept. If he doesn't, then don't be surprised if you're the new scapegoat. So don't fuck. He's stationed just inside the south wall of the base. Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But so I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforce. Hell of a position to be in when you're working for the other side. But I have to sabotage with a light touch. It's in his stuff.
Ля, тут такие
Later.
мутки-замутки. Мы можем помочь нашему капитану совершить серьезную диверсию. А можем сделать так.
Something I can do for you?
Так, давай-ка мы сохранимся. А можем сдать шпиона?
Anders showed up here not too long ago. I'm told you're the one who got him out of the vault. Can't tell you.
Угу.
I'd hoped he'd be able to slip past their security and be out before anyone knew. But I underestimated the fiends. Should have known better given the hell they've caused for us. Regardless, what you did for Anders isn't something he or any of us around here take lightly. We're all glad to have him back. Thank you. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here.
Ага, вот так, да?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends... We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far... I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
Угу.
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands. Could be better, I'll say. We set up here with... If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers. Now we're trying to secure the strip and the dam at the same time. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers because so we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other... Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the lead. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what... We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Так, как это дела на территории между лагерями дамбы?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially... It sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there. Everything was going according to President Kimball's plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers. But our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the strip and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw.
Вот так, значит, да, если легион...
Bye.
Если легион пойдет, то пойдет Нью-Вегас. Интересно. Заберите взрывчатку. Так, а что у нас тут? Направляйся на дальнейшее указание к полковнику Мур на дамбу Гувера. Пу-пу-пум. Так, раз, два, три. Это все фигня. Убейте или устраните мистера Хауса. Кесарю разберитесь с Бенни. То есть у нас осталось, по сути, вот эти. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. 5 заданий. Причем Бенни мы можем там прям... Ну, нам... Я думаю, что Бенни, если мы убили, то все. Так. Нам осталось это вот только сказать, да? Yes, man. Yes, man. Ладно, давай шпиномания проедем это. Шпиономания. Так, я походу не туда, да? Надо было... Так. Балкас, вот тут. Ну я ж забрал. Так. Поместить заряд взрывчатки, вентилятор задней части навес, поместить ядерную батарею проводника, чудо-клей, коробка, чищающее средство на планы в сундук. Убейте рядового Кореншо. Так, что мы делаем? Я думаю, что нужно сказать это все дело как нашему полковнику.
Yes, what is it?
Мы пока не можем.
Bye.
Так, задание. Поместите ядерную батарею. Проводник, чудо-клей, коробку, чищающее средство, абрака и планов сундук рядового Кореншо. Прикольно. Где наш рядовой Кореншо? Что-то пошло не так, я понял. Все. Я аж дернулся. Будь оно неладно. Нас туда не пускают. Вот туда нам никак нельзя. Вот туда нам никак нельзя. А туда можно. Ага, я так понимаю, сюда нам тоже не пустят. Нет, пустят. А то они со своими карабинами. Как давай стрелять, как давай стрелять. Так, я понимаю, это вот этот ящик, да? Мне нужно сюда что положить? Так, задание. Ядерную батарею, проводник, чудо-клей. Костюмы, помощь. Нет, не помощь. Разная. Ядерная батарея, чудо-клей, чистящее средство. Проводник. Так, подожди. Поместить ядерную батарею. Проводник, чудо-клей, коробку чищущего средства. Угу, и планы. И планы. Угу. Так, это мы сделали. Дальше. Убейте рядового Кеншу, поместить заряд взрывчатки. Заряд взрывчатки, вентилятор, задняя монорельсовый стенд. Но это же будет не совсем так, как надо. Слушай, а у нас же есть... Нету. Угу. Самое обидное, что... Мы не можем туда... А, там время только ограниченное, да?
Hey, you look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
Так, а что ты продаешь?
Take your pick.
12-7. Так, боевая броня усиленная. Ничего себе. Карабины. У меня такой есть. 308. Вау. Ультравинт. Так, ладно, нам это все не интересно.
Are you implying I have some kind of secret under the table stash I only offered a certain... Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my... Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them. Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're just passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes.
Давай.
He says they're almost a straight shot north from here. The gun runners are... The gun...
Да, и мы знаем, где живет Айзек. Так. У нас есть тип. Вот этот. Его типа нужно убрать.
Hey, can't you see I'm busy here? Nah, I'm just kidding. This has to be the most worthless patrol duty on the whole base. They never attack this. They just put me back here because they don't think I can handle anything else. Really? That's great.
Ага.
My reputation precedes me, I see. Yeah. Usual stuff. Brought a Brahmin upstairs. That got me some detention time, but it was worth it, because they couldn't get the Brahmin back down, so it visited me a few times. Dropped some firecrackers in the toilets, too. That was the real bad one for me. Turns out there's no way to replace the toilets now. Toilet company blew up in the war. I think they'd just have shot me if they weren't short-handed. No kid. Oh. Get you.
Так. Да. Задание всех нужно убивать. А этот... Полковник не верит нам, что мы знаем определенные вещи о шпионах. Понятно. Понятно. Так, заглючило все. Пошли отсюда. Так. Что же делать? Убивать-то надо. Челиков. что есть не самое лучшее.
Hey, did the colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind. I know. I've been crying. Stupid. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn set. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. You never lost anybody, have you? Not like this. Never had to think about that. NCR never leaves a soldier behind. That... His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot. Mister, I'd about given up hope. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the Repcon headquarters. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way.
The ranger vets are on their way from Baja. Never seen one before. Heard that
Так. Интересно. Почему ты не хочешь со мной? Ага, подожди.
Yes? What is it? So-
Сюда, что ли? Нет, не совсем сюда. Странно. Я сюда-то не могу выйти. Там нас ждут прям сверху. Да, вот если сюда выйти.
Hold it. NCR only beyond this point. Keep your distance, or I will fire.
Да. Поэтому все печально. Ладно, задание говно. Мы в монорельсу не можем пройти. Положить заряд. А этот генерал... А этот товарищ генерал, полковник, нам начинает говорить, что-то не то. И мы не можем, короче... Не появляется диалог с ним по поводу того, чтобы слить шпиона. Поэтому пошли на дамбу. По дороге-то на дамбу нам нарисовали указатель здесь. Так. А что у нас тут на дамбе? Давайте хоть посмотрим на эту дамбу. Ничего такая дамба. Громадно. Громаднейший объектик. Мы летим, прям, блин, несемся. Застрял. Давай, двигайся. Слушай, мы же не открыли локацию, да? Поэтому у нас нету такой-то сейчас точки не загорается. Во. Вот. Теперь все проще. Дамба Гувера. Давайте поговорим с товарищем генералом.
Hey,
Good, you made it. I've been receiving reports about the savior of the NCR for a while now and wanted to meet you myself. You've proven yourself especially capable, and right now I can use all the capable people I can get. Crocker gets handed the fluff missions that no one else wants to do. When people need something really important done, they come to me. Usually I dispatch one or more rangers to see these things through, but I'm a little short-handed at the moment. Think you're up for a real mission?
Давай.
Since the majority of my men are on assignment dealing with the Legion, I need someone to handle other matters that have arisen. Make no mistake, there's a battle coming, and I intend to make sure there are no loose ends when the time comes. One such loose end is a gang known as the Great Khans. Have you heard of them? Then I don't need to tell you that they can be a pain in the ass. The NCR has a rather sordid history with them, and I'm concerned that we'll find them aiding our enemies when the Legion attack comes. That is, unless we get to them first. I want you to visit them in their canyons to the far west and make sure they're in no shape to join the Legion. They're just another gang of raiders as far as I'm concerned, so deal with them appropriately. Any questions?
Угу.
Then you'll need to make sure none of them are left to do so. Any other questions? I can't lend you any troops, but I've already sent word to Quartermaster Barden that you're to be given full access to our hardware. You'll have to pay for what you take, however. We can't afford to give away equipment. Did you have any other questions? Don't fool yourself. I've dealt with enough of these gangs to know that they can't be trusted. Was there anything else? Good. I look forward to hearing... Dismissed.
Ту-ду-ду-ду.
Smart move for the Kings to back down.
Слушайте, а мы же с Ханами говорили. Ну мы говорили для... Все, я понял. Немножко с другой стороны мы с Ханами говорили. Чему? Так. Сюда. А теперь куда? Я не совсем понимаю.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Либо наверх, наверное, подняться надо.
I'm glad those damn bots are gone for good.
И вот он, да, выход. Тяжело вооруженный боец НКР. Так, отправляемся к ханам. Тут все просто. Мы уже были там не раз. А у ханов у нас сейчас будет проблемы. Ну, не проблемы, а надо будет что?
I wish they were more like you.
Не понял. Его что, заглючило?
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub? You want to hear the story of the great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory. In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
Mm-hmm.
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources. They were better equipped, and we could not stand again. When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR...
Да ладно.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished. Tip. You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who... Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if...
Понятно.
Have you now? Well, you're a bull. Doesn't he? Caesar's representative tells a different tale. The glory of the great Khans will be restored, and once the NCR is pushed back to California, all the land from here to the Colorado will be ours. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crime.
Так, а давай попробуем. Другой диалог там был. Угу.
Even that old house bastard gave.
So the cub enters the wolf. cons will not be slaves. Caesar himself is... I won't hear any more.
Я понял. И попробуем.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. In a hurry. What? Don't you dare mention the NCR under this roof. They are butchers without on. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his ally. You mark.
Так, я понял.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you.
А, вот так, да?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to... Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular. Me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might... I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and... You'd have to talk to them, but those two have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one... Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with... Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have... Good. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture. Carl talks prettily about the honor and nobility of the great Khans, but I suspect his actual opinion is less flattering. Maybe you could find something he wrote that expresses that opinion, or trick him into losing his cool in the longhouse right in front of Papa.
The runners are saying that the NCR is sending in their elite shock troops to try and push back the Legion.
You've been doing good things for us. Don't think I haven't noticed. What can I... Fair.
A robot dog.
Так, по заданиям что? Посетите. Угу. Карл.
Never seen one of those before.
You're the one making a name for yourself among the troops, aren't you? Join? Oh, no, I simply couldn't. That is, I'm not worthy of... Of course I am. That is to say, Caesar has many fine warriors, and I wouldn't wish to compare them to the great Khan. Enough! How dare you compare Caesar's finest to this tribe of savages? The mightiest great Khan is scarcely a match for a legion recruit. You motherless bastard. You'll...
Great cons. Drive. Hey! Had enough.
Нормально так.
Ah, you're back. Farewell.
Так.
One of Melissa's runners that check-coded.
Мы Карла дискредитировали. Ха. Прикольно, никуда не отходя. Ну, мы же не зря прокачали красноречие и подвязанный язык. Ладно, ребятки, на этом серию закончим. А уже убеждать ханов присоединиться к нам мы будем в следующей серии. Поэтому до новых встреч. Пока-пока. Комментируем, лайки, подписка. Давай.